Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Angela here again today, and we're going to do an exciting little project in this little journal. Of course this can go into any journal, but today it's going in this one. Right, so this is my Seaside journal and I'm loving how it's all coming together. Really so nice to do something a little bit different to what I usually do. Right, so today on this cover here, this is the front cover, opens like that, but we also have a flap behind it. All right, so I had these little boys that I had in here, and I can't remember what I had over here, but I've now just cut a piece of the sort of aqua teal stripe from my background pages for here. Right, we're going to start with this one. It's this side. We're going to finish this spread completely today, and totally different things, nothing like what I've got in here so far. So I'm going to put that one to the side for the moment and we'll focus on this. So what I'm going to do straight away is we're going to stick this down. Now really you need two of these exact pages to do this. You can cut this bit off here if you want, and stick it onto a background. And the background that I have used for this does look like this. So you could effectively cut this off just above the hats, and fold a piece of background paper as I'm going to do now. I found this in my tray and I can't remember if this was the background I put on here or not. But that is what I'm going to use. All right, so if you've only got one of these because you've got a printed kit, then that is what you can do as an alternative. What I'm going to do is I'm sticking this whole piece down. So I did actually put Fabri-Tac in this refillable bottle bind for my glue press. So it's got a wider nozzle, and there we go, so it's wider. I'm going to try and put that in here. I'm not sure if that's going to work. So this one's got the Nuvo glue in it still, which works really well. I'm going to use this and I want to just stick this down there, and I found that with this wider nozzle it's not too awkward to press out. Okay, now I've got all the glue on the back there. I just want to turn it to the side. We want to get this bit close to the top, so I'm just checking where the edge of this is with the card, and I'm going to get that. Now it's slightly shorter, but that's okay, we'll fix that shortly. Okay, so that's all on there nicely, and I've used the Beacon 3-in-1 to stick that on there. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Right, now what I want to do is I've taken a second page, as I said, but as I said, if you have a printer kit and you only have one of these, then you can cut it off at the relevant bit. Now I have this, it is double-sided, but as I said, you could just take the background and stick the piece on the top if you want. All right, now this one is going to go a little bit further down to cover the base bit there. And as you can see, it's covering up just right at the edge of those hats there. All right, so we've got measure a piece. You can see this bit is slightly longer there, and I'm not going to give you a measurement because US letter size and A4 are different, but if you just take it to whatever shortfall is there, if you have a shortfall, like that, yeah, and get it just to stick down when you're sticking it down, just there. You're not going to stick this bit, all right, you're going to stick it on these three sides. I have put a bit of rickrack there, sorry, I was going to get to that. So effectively it's one of these pages and I've just moved where I needed to fold it. You can see I made a bit of a boo-boo at the start. All right, so the one is slightly longer and that's fine. Okay, so what we are going to do is, it'll be like that. And when we lift that up, it is going to be slightly shorter. You can always put something on there like lace or another piece of paper. We could actually do that underneath. Let me just grab a piece quickly. Right, so I've got a strip just like that, and I'll put that on after. Okay, so hold it on the side that we're not going to glue. We're going to just get the glue on that side. Now don't go over the edge if it's longer. So we're making a pocket here, that's what we're doing. And then on this side as well. Okay. Now remember, I need to turn it to the side just so that I can see the hats like that. Moving it down. Right, so that's where I want it, so with this side. And then we can just press that down there. And of course there and along the bottom bit. Okay, right, so that's going to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to lift this bit up. I'm going to take this strip here and I'm going to stick that over the bottom there. All right, I just realized it's a different color, but ever so slightly. It doesn't matter, I'm still going to be busy with this. Right, so on here I have got this little ephemera piece that's in my fussy cut tickety bits. I want to just put that over here. So we are going to do that, just making a little pocket again. So yeah, I'm keeping it as flat as possible for this. So I won't put any ribbons or anything on it. And we'll just stick that like that. You can also have this as a secret writing spot, the whole thing. Right, and then I've just taken one of those small little taglets, a little bit of pop of red. We've got a bicycle one and one of the other tickets, and I'm sticking that in there. And then when we close that up, we've got a nice little secret writing spot. Right, and a pocket. Okay, so in here I've taken this piece of ephemera, I've backed it all onto these cards, and I did stitch around it. I've added a bit of ribbon here, and I'm going to stick that in there like that. Okay, I'm hoping this is going to dry nicely. And then one of the little tags, and I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so there's that side. Pretty simple. Okay, right. Then on this side, and I think, let's put it all together on here. Okay, so I'll just put that to the side, and this will be my base piece when I've done the rest of everything we're going to do. What you need now is an envelope. An envelope. You can use a mailer. I've got this one. All right, so this is a great one. This one measures 4 1/4 by 9, I think. 8 1/2 by 4 1/4, and it's got a flap like that. All right, if you've got a mailer and you've slit the top and you don't have this flap because it's stuck on there, you can make a false flap just by cutting a piece, tucking it in there, and having a piece to fold under. You do need a flap for this, so that's not a crisis. All right, so this one I found in my drawer. I've drawn a line across it because I'm going to divide this into 2 pockets. So the bottom one is 3 3/4 inches. Okay, so there you go, 3 3/4, just short of 3 3/4 inches. There or thereabouts, guys. It's just 9.2 centimeters. Okay, and then this one will be the remainder. Now if your envelope's slightly smaller, that's okay. All right, if you don't have an envelope, just take a white piece of copier paper and fold it to back to back so that you've got 4 1/4 and then 8 1/4. All right, so there we go. Right, so what I want to do with this is I cut myself out a piece to cover this front. All right, and I want to quickly just trim off from the side that doesn't have the flap. I want to cut that off first before I stick on that piece of paper. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. So we're talking about a hair's breadth. All right, you can use your scissors. I just find it easier to use a knife, as you know. All right, now we've got an opening over here like that. Okay, well, it goes right through because your flap's at the back there. Right, so what I want to do is I want to just make where I've got that line, I'm just drawing a little mark over there, and I'm going to do the same on this side, just gauging where that is, and I'm going to put my ruler through. I'll show you now. I'm just joining up those 2 marks there with a pencil line. Okay, hopefully it's straight, so you can see I've just drawn that on the underside, and I'm going to put some glue on there. Now, I'm not sure if this glue gun is going to make it, so let's just try and lift it up. I might have to just grin and bear it and put some of this down. You don't want too much because it does spread, but I'm just putting it on the line. Okay, so you probably can't see me do this. You can stitch this with your sewing machine if you have one. All right, so I've just put glue on that line there, and I'm going to just press it down now. All right, so that's going to give you 2 pockets. I must say I do prefer stitching it on there. All right, right, so don't worry about the flap there. We will end up covering that. So when that dries, you'll have a pocket in that side now and a pocket in that on that side. All right, now we can take this piece and stick it completely down. Now to make the window, all I did was I cut out the size of the piece for this paper, for this size first, and then I just used my pencil and gauged by lifting it up where the window was, and I joined those up. Okay, so that's all I've done there. If you've got a double window, just cover the one side. If you don't have envelope, you can easily cut a window and use any kind of packaging like this sort of thing to put in there. All right, even vellum. Okay, so I am going to stick this down. So let's just get some glue on there quickly. Okay, so I've got the glue on the back there, and then again, I'm going to just get it up to the top and the bottom like that. Glue everywhere. Right, so just get that all stuck down there nicely. All right, so then what I did was I grabbed the other side of this page. All right, so the other side of this page where you've got these 2 little boys, they're on this side, and I fussy cut them out, as well as the flowers, which were at the top like that, at the page like that. All right, and then hang on to the piece that remains. So there's a whole piece over here that you don't use. It looks like this, and it's got a bit of the sea. I'll show you what to do with that. All right, so That's what we're doing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this onto this piece here along with this, like that. I'm also going to stick down two of these bits. All right, so these are just fussy cut seaweed. So I'm going to cut like a minty color and then like a soft blue color. That one will have to go a little bit higher. Something like this, I'll work it out. But then when I stick these little boys down, I'm going to stick them not on the heads. I want to make this a bit of a pocket. So let me do the rest of this quickly so that I can show you how to do the pockety bit. Right, so I just want to use this as a guide so I know where to stick that bit. There we go. And now this bit, I'm going to get that stuck down on here like that. But as I say, I want to put in these two little tags as a pocket like that. So I don't want to put any glue from there to there really. All right, so I'm going to just mark that on here so that I know, and then I can go around. So we're going to go like this, like that. Okay, so there's the little boys, and these can go in there, and then this we can stick all the way down. There we go. All right, so we'll start in the corner there then, like that, and get that down the edge there. It'll go over the window, and that's all right. Just pat it, and anything that exceeds the edge here we'll trim off. I had a little paper towel here. Right, so just wanted to wipe this off the window. So I pull the whole leaf off. See, these things happen. Right, where did I even take this from? There. Okay, let's wipe the window first then. There we go. And then get that on. I think it just had a little bit too much glue. There we go. Okay. I put too much glue on this. Okay, we won't pull you off now. Okay, dokes. So I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to just, well, that can stay there. Right. So far so good. Then we've got these little taglets, which I have just inked around. That's all I'm doing with that, like this. And these are going to just tuck in like little, into like a little pocket over there, which I thought was cute. All right, so it's still nice and flat. Now I want to just turn this over quickly and stick on this piece of paper, which is going to be our backing. And just be mindful that you've got it, if you haven't got this sealed, that you don't want to get glue down that side there. So just to remind me, I'm going to just draw like a guide, and then I'm going to get this glue all over here. Okay, so get that on this side then. All right, and then on the bottom of this one I've got this little ephemera piece, and I love that. It just brings a pop of red in. I'm going to make it a pocket, so I'm just going to put some glue here. and we'll get that just over there. All right, really easy. And then we've got this from the fussy cuts that I did. And then we're just going to admit one, definitely admit one. Admit one family, that's it. Right, I'm going to stick that just over there. All right, so that's easily done, isn't it? Okay, now what I want to do is I want to stick this flap, and I can actually take this off. I haven't actually used this envelope. It was a new one I've had for years. Just to put a bit more glue on here. Like that. And we want to make sure that we don't exceed the edges on either side. All right. And then just take this a little bit away. So this envelope's slightly wider, but that's okay. Right, let's get it there. Flap that back. Happy with that. Right, that's going to now stick into our journal book. Right, so we're not quite done. We're not quite done. What I did now was I cut a piece of paper that was 5 1/4 inches. 5 1/2 is fine. I wanted to get it similar in height to what we did on the other side with the little boys. Oops. So, you know, similar in height there. So that's what I've done. And as well as the page. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to take my glue and get this flap, just a reinforcement flap, that's all it is. It's 1 inch wide, and get that stuck down so that you now have 4 1/4 inches in height. So 4 1/4 in height is 11 centimeters. Okay, so we are going to end up sticking that on there, but as everything is in bits here, it's easier to do it like this. Right, so the next thing you want to do is take one of these. This is also from those fussy cuts. I'm going to end up putting that there. I'm going to put a bit of lace on here, so that's why I'm moving it up a little bit. And I'm going to then stick on these 2 bits. So I've got these flowers, which are fussy cut like that, and I've got the beach sign. So we're sort of doing some layering here. I want to get that a bit higher, like that. Yeah, at an angle, I think. Quite fancy that, and not quite that much of an angle, but something like that. All right, so let's just drawing some lines of where I want things to go. I find that really helps. Okay, so I want to just get some glue on these 3 sides, like that. Guys, I hope you're having a good time, and you are getting ready for a nice crafting season as the days are getting cooler. Definitely went and bought myself hot chocolate at the supermarket this week. I love a good hot chocolate on those cool days, those cold days. So I'm getting stocked up. And chai tea, love some chai tea. I had one yesterday, it was delicious, nice and spicy, cinnamony and all those nice warm flavors. Right, so this one I had like that. Yeah, I'm going to stick that down, and then this one we're going to have a little bit like that. Yeah, something like that. Oh, a bit lower maybe, I think that's better. Okay, so we can get this stuck down. So this is going to be another little pocket for this. I've had the best time this week working on the Christmas kit, and I'm loving how it's turning out. So if you were wondering about whether I'm doing a Christmas kit, yes, the answer is yes. And it's going to be a gorgeous one. I've had such fun with it. Right, we're going to have paddling. Love the words. Do you like words? All sorts of typography in a journal. So yeah, you can't go wrong. There we go. And I'm going to just stick that across there. Excuse me. All right, and then I've got this little bit of cream lace, which I thought I would just put across the bottom there. So I'm going to use the fabric tack for this, with this nice wide nozzle, which is perfect. Right, so we are good to go. I'm going to take some of my distress ink and just do it on the top of the pockets, and then just on the edges. Like that. And then we are going to be able to stick that just over there. Now, I think what I'm going to do is, just had a brainwave. Just wanted to make it slightly narrower on one side, and might have to cut the lace bit off with my scissors. Maybe not. Yeah, slightly. There we go. I've just wanted to make it slightly narrower, just so that it's not going to hamper that fold. That's the thinking there. Put that on that edge. You can see it's just fractionally smaller on this edge. And then okay, so we have got everything together here. So let's go and stick this now into our paper page here. Right, so right, get that over, look for the edge here, like that. Let's get that over there like that. Go. Right, so that's looking grand. Right, now what I wanted to do was, we've got this tag, and I made a flatter sort of decoration here. I want to put this into here, and this tag in front of that, like that. All right, then on this side, I thought I'd have one of these faux Polaroids in there, and these lovely lads in there. All right, we've got that sorted. Then on this side, I've got this lovely frisbee one, and we're going to put that on. Let's just, you can put thumb notches on here if you so wish, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick that in here. Now, I did measure it, so it has to fit. There we go. Okay, so that one's going to go in there, and then this one is going to go in the top one. So we're just going to do the same, like that, just so that I know I can get it in here. So we should see, oh, with this card, let me just show you quickly. It's going to go in here, right, like that. That's where it's going to go, but I just want to quickly take it out and show you. Now, when I was saying to you about the fussy cutting of these two little boys, you have a large piece of paper that is left over, and effectively it's like a large piece of this. It's got touches of the rocks, which I've stuck on that side, and the other rocks and some writing on the other side, if you can see that. So I've just put that bit, it was like a funny bit there, and I stuck it there. I've taken some of this background and I've stuck it there, and then the other bit of the rocks there, and then it's just a piece of seaweed. I did actually put a little bit of this because there was a gap just at the bottom a little bit. You can see from there to about there where that paper was, and I've just layered those scraps like that. So that's what I've done onto some card. All right, so that's going to go into this pocket over here. Oops, let's just get it in. There we go. Right, so there we have that. So you've got the little fish and shells there. You've got this flip out there with these bits. We've got these lovely place to store photos, leaflets, or anything from your holiday. That closes up there. This has got a secret spot with a pocket over there, and then that's going to lie beautifully and flat. Look at that over there. All right, so that's behind your front cover like that. So it's like a whole secret thing going on there, and I love how it's turned out. All right, everyone, that's our project for today. Go and give it a go. I know you want to. It really is a lot of fun. And I hope that you enjoy making it yourself. Enjoy a fabulous weekend. I'm going to see you on Tuesday with another little piece to go into our journal. There's lots of exciting bits still to come. So, and before, I'm hoping to launch the Christmas kit a couple of days into October, so look out for that. All right, thank you everyone, see you very soon. Bye bye.